Hello and welcome back. Day 13 of our 8-bit RPG series. It's going to be another fun day. We're going to let the stream kind of build itself up and then we're going to get started like any other day. Today's a good day for us. We're actually going to start working on our character edit, not the editor for a player to make a character, but our Unity editors for making characters, because characters are not, in our game at least, every RPG is different. In our game, you don't make a character, you don't make a hero. That way, essentially, you find named, all of our characters have names, right? They have stories, they have backgrounds. You find one, each one kind of has its own unique progression system. If you ever played, there's plenty of RPGs that did this, right? Definitely not the first one. But essentially, every hero is its own class or it's its own progression. So we have to design the editor so that our game designers can build those so that we can actually use them in game. So that's what's on the table for today. We're going to get that going. We're going to then finally refactor our character creator. So instead of a character creator like where you choose stats, instead we'll give you maybe a couple, either we'll give you options for what character do you want to start with, or choose 3 characters for your starting party or something like that. We'll figure that part out. But we need the editor first of all. Hey, Rick, and hey, Brad. Welcome back, man. How are you two gentlemen doing? How does it go? Oh, I'm going to take a drink of something here. Oh, so delicious. So we have a ton of editors right now. I'm actually super happy with all the editors we've come up with, right? We have an ability editor. We have item editor, which then lets you attach abilities, right? And we can pop open those ability editors right from there. It's pretty schwanky. We have enemy editors, right? So we have an enemy, which gives us all the stats we need and what behavior tree they should use. And you can attach abilities here as well. Then we have loot tables, right? We can design a loot table, which is here's a list of items from our item editor, and what's the chance of them dropping, all that fun stuff. This is a no drop item, has a 9% chance right now. It's pretty good, which is pretty good. And then we have encounters, right? The last editor we wrote on day 12 was our encounter editor. And our encounter editor essentially lets us build an encounter. We give it a level. They could be random or not random. This is a random encounter with a how many heroes should it, or how many enemies should it generate in the front line and the back line, what loot tables should be applied to it, what's its level, which will pull enemies of an appropriate level into that. Or you can specifically design a non-random encounter and give it whatever you want. So all that fun stuff, right? So this is a bunch of goblin girls. This is a bunch of goblins and enemies in the front line, and 2 loot tables. Exciting stuff. Exciting. Hey, Moo. Hey, Moo. I'm good, man. How are you doing? Why did I leave? Live coding? You left as well, okay? And you hate them. So I didn't leave because I didn't like them, or I thought they were bad or anything like that. It had nothing to do with that move. It was just more, it was a little bit more of a pain to multi-stream, to basically cast out to both Twitch in live coding TV or live EDU, whatever they've turned into now, at the same time, and then monitor both chats. And then when I was and then I had to have my own software to merge chats on screen, right? So people watching on a VOD didn't get too confused about no chat. It was just a pain in the ass. So I decided, you know what? I like those guys. They're good. Nothing wrong with them. I just wasn't getting a ton out of live EDU for me personally. That I already get plenty of viewers on Twitch, right? I don't need the other viewers that would pop around from live EDU. So I decided to drop that, just focus back on Twitch, just make it simple, right? Simplify my life, because why not? Why the heck not? So that's why. But they were nice to me. I don't think they were idiots, but that's my opinion. Everyone's got one of those. Okay, let me send out my tweet, guys. Let everyone know that the live stream has started. Day 13. Okay. I think that'll do. Okay. And the tweet is out. We're live, guys. Simple as good, especially on hump day, Flaz. How's it going, man? Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. It is a good Wednesday. Oh, I need to load this window up here before I forget. Okay, good. I should probably turn that off. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but all right, that's done. Okay. Okay. Good. All right, everything's up and running that I need to be up and running. We're just gonna be hanging out for a couple minutes, everyone. Wait for a few people to show up, and then we're gonna jump in, just like any other day. And let's actually play the game while we wait for some people, make sure everything is still functioning the way it's supposed to function, that we haven't broken anything, right? Because already off the bat, looks like we have broken something, which maybe we'll go fix first of all. I wonder if this is a serialization problem and some data is not being saved. Let's take a little looky-loo here. These look fine. All this data looks fine. When we look at enemies, that's fine, and that's fine. Yeah, everything looks okay. We'll have to go take a look at what I broke. Oh, is this a bag battle slot object? Yeah, we're not loading. So we decided to generate random 1. We'll see. Should be pretty simple. And while we're waiting for some peeps, I'm going to go ahead and create a new branch. These are character editors, just so we're up and running. And then we'll go look at this stuff in a minute. Interface is confusing, no viewers, stream cuts, so many issues move. That sucks, man. Yeah, look, guys, all those services, it's not just live EDU, right? All of them. It's really hard to compete with Twitch. They had a really good idea at first, and when they first launched, Twitch did not have, the creative section. They had game programming, they had programming as channels. They weren't extremely popular. They were there. So I think the live EDU had a niche that they could have jumped on and could have been very successful with. But right around that same time, Twitch expanded out and created the creative side of Twitch and brought in a whole bunch of stuff there. So a lot of the EDU stuff can happen on Twitch now. Obviously, the programming channels have gotten more popular since when I had first started, and they weren't as popular. So all those factors play into it, right? But they have their base. I'm sure they'll continue to grow, and they'll be as successful as they can be. And then that's just life. Welcome to competing on the internet. Okay, let's go fix these bugs. Let's go see what these bugs are, and then we'll get to doing some new work here. So battle component 103. What is null? Character data. So when we're calling load free abilities, this is our character. So I'll get back to here. See, this is our battle slot character. We didn't load any enemy slots. And I'm curious to see why. So battle mat 264. So we built the encounter, and we don't have an enemy. So maybe we'll put a breakpoint here. I don't want to attach to process. I want to just attach directly to Unity. That's better. Yeah, it might be able to get partners since they finally adapted this type of viewer compared to when you first started. Yeah, maybe, Brad. Maybe. Who knows? Well, who knows? Let's clear everything out. And let's try this again. All right, so we're going to build an encounter. The encounter that we built was encounter 1. This is not random 1. Do we have a frontliners? We do. We have backliners? We do. I'm just going to hit play here. So this worked. This was fine. I'm going to stop. I want to run this again. I want to see what happens when random 1 pops up, because maybe we have a bug with the random encounters. So we're going to build an encounter. Maybe I'll just rerun this. I can't, can I? I can't. I want to go set next statement, but this is not .NET. This is mono. Makes me sad a little bit. That's fine. What is these null references, though? Maybe I should go look. Maybe we should take a look what the hell I'm doing here. 135, which is our... No, it's a different area, 135. Interesting. Maybe, so there's a possibility that when we initially call update, we don't have a skeleton. So we could put a fix in for this. It's not a big deal. We'll just say, let's detach. Let's go fix this now. If actor is null or actor.skeleton is null, just return, don't do anything. Once we get past this skeletal animation, this should always be available. Okay, I'm going to clear all this out. Oh yeah, look at this. This just keeps flopping on us. That's weird. That's a weird. That's so weird. Let's see if we still get... Oh, this was random 1, yeah. So we definitely have a problem with our random. We could fix this so we always hit random 1, make it easier to debug. To just save this as a level 2. So now we'll always get random 1 because it's our only level 1 encounter, and we're specifically asking for a level 1 encounter. I think this one actually loaded. We just have some other bugs in here. 103. Why would character data... I'm going to put a conditional breakpoint here. Because character data should never be null. Attach. That should never be null. Let's go see if we can figure out why. Let's see why, folks. Okay. Okay. So, character data is null. Right off the bat. Is this is because this is our character, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Yep, and yep. This is easy for us to fix. Well, this will get fixed when we do our the character creator, because how we create a character right now is not good. So interesting though that this is coming off of our enemy slot, which it should not happen, because I can see why it would come off of our hero slot. What's this? Battle Mat 63. You gotta love bugs, guys. You gotta love bugs. In battle setup, this is a weird battle slot, that's why. Let's go find the battle slot. So this is an actor issue in setup, right? So we already do a check for if actor is null, we just don't set anything up. But I guess actor, but why would that be a thing? 212. And then obviously we can't select a hero, right? in the enumerator. This is strange. Definitely strange, because we weren't having these problems last time. What did we change to cause this? All right, so let me put a breakpoint here in the beta slot in setup. Maybe we can find out what's up. Yeah, and these just keep flipping on us, right? Boop, 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 boop. So those are just running over and over. Why is setup running over and over? Why is setup running over and over? That's an interesting question. So there's the actor is null. This might just be us. Maybe because we're not able to load. Maybe, I think it's because we're erroring out. Let me get rid of a bunch of breakpoints here. I wonder if that's just because of us. Let me check something here. Detach. We'll get this fixed in a moment. Okay, so at least we're not, getting a lot of exceptions anymore. Obviously, our hero. Why do we have a bunch of hero clones right here? 1 second. What's with all those hero clones? Did they just not make it into the battle slot? Is that what's up? So we have 1 hero clone, and we got some exceptions. So basically this stopped. So battle mat 264, which was trying to build our encounter again. All right, so for some reason, trying to build our encounter. We're in start battle. We're moving next through our iterator. Yeah. I wonder if get components or I wonder if current encounter returns null. No, because we get back a name, right? So we got back the name. It got to be something in add actor here, but this is not the function where we're throwing the exception. It's saying that it's happening on 264. I wonder if get component. No, get component should not. Oh, enemy's null. That's what's going on, right? So let's put it a little say if enemy. I don't know why enemy is null. We'll go debug that. Enemy is null. Debug log enemy is null. Very descriptive, everybody. Very descriptive. I think that's what's going on. I think we're getting a null enemy in our generator. We can go debug and see why we're getting a null actor there. There it is, right? Enemy is null. So that's exactly what's going on. That should never happen. So we should go debug our encounters here and see if we can find out why we're getting a null. And I wonder if it's a race condition, because when I had the debugger attached, everything seemed okay. But we'll step through it, guys. We'll do this. Okay, so gonna find encounters. We're gonna find convert, right? We're gonna pick a random encounter, which is random 1. We're gonna call setup on it. Is random is true. So number in the backline. Oh, number in backline 0. Oh yeah, which is fine. To 2. Min level, max level 2. Get back. Aha, there we go. So min level to max level. So we said give me between 1 and 2 in load failed. Load failed. And there is none in the back line. So that's our problem here, right? So I'm going to put a breakpoint here. stop, restart. And we will see what's up. So let's step into here now. Okay, so say give me a random level 1. Is ranged as false. We get all the enemies. Where level is 1 and not ranged. So we have an enemy list. I wonder if that's a problem. Maybe not. Let's see here. Then we get an 0, right? Enemy list of 0 is enemy. It is enemy. So there's our enemy data. Let's see. Are we able to instantiate? Yes. We have a skeletal animation. We initialize. We're able to get the battle components. Default enemy tree, behavior tree. So this worked. So that's fine. If we just run this, then we get null. What the in the world was that? Quaz TV, thank you so much for the host, man. Thank you, I appreciate that. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the stream. It looks like it's bug fix Wednesday before we move on to character editors, which will be coming up very shortly. The Jerk Squad is here. Oh my God, the Jerk Squad is here. It's happening, guys. It's happening. What I've always wanted, a Jerk Squad. How's it going, guys? Okay, so let's figure out what in darnation is going on. I have a feeling we're getting back an empty list. So I'm going to put a conditional breakpoint. Thank you for the follows out there. Let's find out when this actually happens. And we'll rerun. Bug Fix Wednesday, guys. It's Bug Fix Wednesday. It's bug day. Okay. Let's see here. Aha! Aha! So what level did I ask to load? Level 1. We have all of our enemies. Levels 1 is ranged as false, and we're asking for... Oh, we want to get a backline hero. Yeah. Is ranged as false. I don't think we have any backline... Oh, there's this... Oh, that's right. But she's level 2. So this actually is correct. This is just me being a dummy, guys. This is just our bug. So bug fixed. If enemy not equal to null, it's very possible not equal to null that we will not be able to find a we're not be able to find an enemy that meets our criteria, right, within whatever this random level is that is frontline or backline. That is possible. If it happens, we shouldn't just put null into our list, because that is stupid of us. Oh God, that is so old, Juan. So we are making intercontation, but that's not what we're working on right now. It's right to a degree, but we're working on an 8-bit RPG kind of started as a holiday project that we've been continuing. Intercontation, it's in Unity now. That's right. Yes, it's in Unity now. Let's go see if that fixed some of our bugs here. Don't you love it when the previous day you stopped a project, everything was working perfectly, you come back next and you just want to retest everything and you have nothing but bugs? That's usually a good day when that happens. Or maybe it's not a good day. Maybe I'm just crazy when I think of things as good days. Let me check something here. So this is fine now. We have our encounter. We now have our front line, which is 0, and we have our back line, which is 0, which means this is not a valid encounter. And that might be what is messing with us. So, to fix this, trying to think if I want to go this route. Essentially, we only have a level 2 backliner. So no, let's just do this for now because we don't have a large selection of enemies because we've only created a couple test enemies. I think I'm just gonna copy a couple here. So if I create you, and we call this Goblin Girl 2. All right, I want to add you. I don't want to import a new asset. Well, I guess it is kind of a new asset. That is true. Let's see if it'll take it. Oh, it did. I'm a dummy, guys. I'm a dummy. All right, I'm gonna delete that. Goblin Girl 2 now. So we're gonna adjust you level 1. You're gonna be level 2. So now we have a level 1 and level 2 backline, and then we'll make Goblin here level 2, just for testing purposes. And we have level 1. So we should meet our criteria on trying to generate that random encounter. And let's just see what we get out of here. So we get our encounter. No, I don't care about you. What I care about is detaching and trying it. Where you play as a farmer and you grow guns with different stats. Wait, what? What the hell? That actually happened with your mesh render of static? That's not good. All right, so what the hell now? I want to go back where we build. It's fine. Breakpoint here. I just want to see if we get past this error. There was a couple errors we had to go fix. Let me see if we're actually done with this one. We had the same keyboard, mouse, and headset. Nice, man. Nice. Welcome to the club. All right, so we have 2 objects. We have 0 objects in the back line, but this is okay. This is valid. This is good now. So where are we failing next? Is this just our... No, we're not even adding anything into the battle mat. So, you rascally wabbits. Back to character data not being set, which should not be happening. We definitely set character data. Oh, this happens when we load of character data. So we're loading character data in character data, but that doesn't happen in enemy data. Because, oh my God, this was, I know what happened now, guys. Now I remember what happened. It's been a couple days. Please excuse me. Where am I calling load free abilities? If is hero. What is going on is we added character data to our battle component, which is fine because it also has enemy data. But character data only lives on our characters. It doesn't live on anything else. This is going to still throw an exception, but I just want to make sure that the enemies load. Enemies don't have character data. They have enemy data. And we're trying to basically load a playable object type on the enemies. So there we go, right? So there's a random encounter that spawned 1 bandit. If we run again real quick, I'm going to fix our side. We get 2 now. All right, so good. Just as a quick check, if character data is null, we're just going to return for now. We got to fill this in we got to start setting character data. That's what our job is for the stream today, is build our character editor in Unity, and we'll get there. So there we go. Obviously, we have no abilities to use because I've commented out the load-free abilities, which loads up all of our abilities that we should get at the start of the game that don't cost anything. But we changed our whole system. Now we got to go fix it. Okay, bugs are fixed, guys. We have fixed our bugs. Is everybody proud of me? I think everyone's proud. I'm going to go on a limb and say you guys are proud of me. I don't even have to look at chat. I just want to check this in. Okay. Okie dokie. Now let's get to work, guys. So, little review of what our character system is going to be. Let me catch up on chat here and close a couple windows down. A game where I can't find is a bad game. I know. Static. Enemies are characters too. Slark Knight, no. Don't you even think that, man. We are, what would be a good term for here? We are characterists. We're characterists. And in no world is an enemy a character. All right, so our progression system for characters, it's spawned from this idea of having a progression system. So essentially, what we have put into our data structures, we haven't implemented yet, right, we need to do it, is we're going to have a stat progression system. So say we have a character. Say the name of our character is Billy Joe. That's the name of our character. Billy Joe, at level ranges from 1 to 10, will get a smart of plus 10, right, brawn of plus 5, speed of plus 2, as an example. So every level that you gain between level 1 and 10, you'll get these stat increases. You can then have another stat progression that says 11 through 14, as a crazy example. The only stat progressions you'll see is you'll get speed plus 5. So between levels 11 and 14, you get a big speed boost. So now we can have a not a linear stat increase per level for all of our characters, right? We can have gains and losses. We can even say, I don't think we'll ever do this, right? But we could have -5. Doesn't make sense. I don't think we'd ever lose stats. But we can have different stat gains for different level segments. And just as Billy Joe from level 1 to 10, but we can have another character from like levels 1 through 2 get different stats as stats. We probably won't use a lot of stat progression blocks per character. We'll probably separate them up into big chunks. What it allows us to do, though, is that we can give big stat gains early on so that your characters level up, seem very powerful early. We can then start tapering that off kind of in the mid-levels, and then we can give you very small stat gains near the end of the level curve, so that you should be finding items that start to give you statistics versus just leveling up. Oppression. It's oppression. What's up, Sound? How you been, man? So, this is our leveling system. So we have data structures set up to implement that. And they're already here, right? We have a stat progression block, which tells us the min and max levels and all the gains for each one of those progressions. Then a character data is essentially all the information for a character. It's all those stat progressions. It's the abilities that this character has access to. Abilities could have a learning cost, which they will then have to spend to learn. I'm good, Sound. I'm really good. And then, of course, with starting items. So we need to go build an editor, and we have a loader for all this. We built a lot of the logic for this new system, but I need to go build a visual editor to build onto these character datas. Let's go do it. So, like every other editor we've built, and we've built quite a few now, we start with our editor class. How many of these are we going to end up building? I wonder. So we're creating an editor window. I don't think we have too many more that we're going to be doing, by the way. You recently got into GameMaker. It's going pretty well. Oh, nice. GameMaker can be fun. I like GameMaker because it's like super fast prototyping. I don't know if you necessarily, I mean, you can. Not a lot of people do, right? But you can publish your games through GameMaker, and that's fine. But I think GameMaker is really good if you've had like this cool game concept, just fast prototyping GameMaker, and if it works out, then take it to the next phase. Why does he just ignore those errors? You're using C#. That's right, Static. That's right. Get on the C# train, man. Get on the C# train. Let me get a couple of functions in here. Okay, so we're going to have a character. There's going to be a character, which we'll define. Bring everything in, create a character on open assets. This is a character data. Character, yeah. Fix you. Data and character. I need to fix this is missing. This is missing. Well, I can't spell. Character. Character data, right? All right, so private character data, character. Okay, so if we build this real quick. Hey, Xenon, what's up? So Unity is a bit overkill. That's true, Sound. That's not bad. I really need to learn how to make those editor windows seem super helpful. How to make these. Oh, yeah, man. Gemini, hang on to your hat and pay attention because we're about to make some editors. Or a new editor. So we have a character create editor, right? Very basic. It doesn't do anything yet. Oh, and we actually need to fix a couple other things. Let me delete that. In R, close you down. We have, this is going to be load character. This is characters and character. Load, I'm just call this load editor. Create, the names of these don't matter, but just be consistent, right? Create new character. Okay, recompile. So now if I create a character, we should get a character folder. We'll get a blank character, and this is a scriptable object. So it's a resource in Unity, which is very good for us, and that's what we use. All right, now we got to start building the actual editor GUI for this. Zeno, you have absolutely no idea what to do. That's okay. Most of the time, I don't either. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. So we need our private GUI character editor. Okie dokie. Copy a little bit of code here. Character as a character data. If character is still null after this point, we just want to return. We don't want to go through the onGUI loop. This lets us, if we, for whatever reason, it happens sometimes, you have the editor window open for this, and maybe you delete the resource or you recompile or whatever, you might lose selection active object, and all of a sudden you'll start throwing exceptions in your onGUI. You don't want that to happen. Don't do that. Have a little check. This is called every game frame or every editor frame, whatever you want to call it. So it's okay if it's null, just return. It'll come back in here once it wires up. All right. I'm going to copy a few other things over that I can grab from our encounter, draw text field, go to definition. So I'm going to get some of our helper fields that we have created in the past. Drop them in here. So now I can just say draw, yeah, that's fine. We'll start here. Draw a text field which has a label of name. character.name, and the width of this we will figure out. Character name is equal to that. All right, so that compiles and we pop back over here and we load this sucker. That's the wrong editor that's loading. If object is character data, why is that? I think I created the wrong, let me check something here. Aha, see how I'm creating a default asset of base ability here? So now when I double click it, it's loading the ability editor. This needs to be character data. Simple fix. I think GUI updates 3 times a frame or something crazy like that would split in the same amount. Wow, yeah, Gemini. No bueno. No bueno. We've run into it, trust me. I am no expert on GUI editors. We've been learning as we go here. And yeah, I can tell you, it's definitely not fun. So now we have a character. If we close this, right, we have our character editor. We have our name field. I think I'm actually going to finally be fed up. This is annoying me. Do you see how the name field bottom aligns in this cell? I want it to center align because the bottom alignment is looking ugly as it lines up to this text editor. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. We're going to fix it right now. I'm going to show you how we're going to fix it. Hopefully I can show us how we're going to fix it. I've done it once. We're going to do it again. So we do a GUI layout of a begin vertical. There's our label. And then we do a GUI layout of end vertical. So this puts our, let me get rid of this horizontal, it should be up here. This puts our label wrapped into a vertical layout. Since it's wrapped in a vertical layout, we can now do a editor GUI layout, flex space. Something space, it's in here. It's just part of GUI layout. My bad, everybody. GUI, I'll get there. I'm gonna get there. GUI layout. It is a flexible space. If you wrap your label, essentially if you do this, right? End vertical, and I like to put it into its own space just for formatting purposes. So if you have a vertical and you put a flexible space between a label, that should vertically center align it within the cell. Let's go see if that worked. Let's go see if it's doing what I want to do. Uh-oh, so it is doing what I want to do. It's flex spacing the whole thing. I got to tell this whole vertical that it should have a max height, right? GUI layout of height of 25. It was absolutely doing what I wanted it to do. It just was too much height. So now I got to figure out what the right amount of height is. I think we've done this before. In 25, I believe it was 20. Yes, Gemini, how's it going? Are you laughing at me? You laughing at me? It's okay. I laugh at myself too. So there we go. So now instead of name being bottom aligned, it's now center aligned essentially to our field. And that I like a whole lot more. 50 right, label 50 width. Okay, let's give this a little bit more width. We got it, guys. We did it. We did it. That's probably as much width as I care about. For now, we're kind of designing this on the fly, so it will adjust as we go. I'm going to copy a little bit more here. Go back to our character editor now. I want to put our save button in. Character. Okay, so our save button is going to save our asset back to the asset database. Mark it dirty, save it to the database, but we also rename it so that the asset file name is the same as our assets, the name of the asset in the data set. So if we resave and rerun, we now have a big save button down here, right? So this is test character. If I hit save, you'll see that this gets renamed to test character. And that's what we want to do. But this is the start of what we're trying to get done. So that is one. I don't have a helper for this, so I'm just going to copy and paste the code, which is here. And it's all right. Character editor. So I want to put a description, give it some height, validate how that looks. Okay, so now I have a name, we have a description. We might put some fields up here, or I'll extend this. I don't know yet. We'll figure that out. I'm not too worried about it right away, because what we need to do now is I think I want to put the stat progressions in here first. So we do this in quite a, excuse me guys. We do this in a lot of places. So I'm just going to copy all of this code. Because we need to create, yeah, I'm going to copy all of this code. It is the right code I want to copy. So before save, we're going to drop it in here, create a space. This is going to be called levels, private bool show levels of true by default. So this is a fold out, which I will show you what a fold out, if you know what that is, you'll see it shortly. It's basically a collapsible pane, right? So it's a pane that can be collapsed or hidden or shown. That's all a fold out is. If we should show the fold out, we need a scroll position now. Level position to 0. Initially, basically, we'll start the scroll at the top. So this gives us a virtual pane. So within a fixed height of 300, we can scroll off screen, and we'll get a scroll bar on the right. Really, nothing's super exciting. Wow, if I just keep on coughing, at least I'm not sneezing. Oh my god. We got to go to our stat progression. So within this scrollable pane, I want to go through all of our stat progressions. We'll just call this stats, and we'll rename this draw stat group. Generate the method for that, and then we'll begin a horizontal. So this right here, so that will draw all of our existing stat progression blocks. And we'll implement this function. Scorpit, I'm back, man. I am back. How's it going? I then want to draw at the bottom of all of this is a button to add a new stat progression. So we have a horizontal, have this, right? So we'll call this level in bold. We need a private stat progression. As new. What do I need to put in here? We don't need to put anything in here, actually. So I don't need to do that. This, fine. All I want to say is character progressions, add that, and then equals new. That's really all we got to do. When we want to add a new progression, we'll add a new blank progression. And I'll show you that here in a moment. All right, let's make sure all this builds. I need to come down here to our new function and just get rid of that. Otherwise, we'd start throwing exceptions. So now when we load this, after it builds, do I use component? Yes, I'm a huge, huge fan of component-oriented programming. Can you post a link internal? Yes, yes you can. So Surgic. Yeah, no, I'm a huge fan of components. Even outside of Unity. I don't do a lot in Unity. This is probably our first big project that we've ever done in Unity. But outside of Unity, I use component systems all the time. Entity component systems, big fan of. And if you use Unity, you're definitely doing component-oriented programming, right? You're using entity component systems because the Unity game engine is built on top of components like that. I have no idea. Static void. You tell me why it's not valid code. Let's see. What is it not compiling? Why isn't it valid code? You have a struct. Is it the virtual void in the struct should be fine. You do a crate structure of a pointer for thingy. Okay. You have main, so you have a structure, pointer, my thingy. You're trying to pass that in. Why isn't this valid code? And then you want to call, oh, what? You can't do my thing of pointer, do thing. No, you have, what are you trying to do? That's not valid. Line 15 is terrible. You need to dereference it. It's only terrible because the compiler does not interpret a pointer token, right? So you have to dereference my thing, and then you can call a pointer on it. You love some cop? It was more of a joke, Void. I'm gonna do my thing, do thing. That's a bad joke. You wasted enough of my time. I'm getting out of here. So we're going to add some levels. Nothing's actually happening here. And I need to increase this size, of course, because we're not drawing any of our levels, which is this draw stat group. And we have the stat progression, right? So we have stats and we have min level, max level. Well, first thing I want to draw is I want to wrap a horizontal. I want to give it a header so you can know what you're doing here. And then I'll say draw GUI layout label. And it's going to be one label, which is stat of min level plus 2 stats max level. And then GUI layout bold. How do we do bold again? How in the heck do I do it? That's right, editor styles. Do that. To string. Okay, so do I actually need to wrap this in a horizontal? Oh, I do, because this is going to be my label, and then I'm going to put some buttons next to it for a delete. So now if we load this, we can see that I created a few of these level blocks, and it's showing the header. I wonder if in the add button we want to... that's fine. We can live with it, right? We don't have the delete button in there. Let's get the delete button in there next. And to make that work, we don't need spacing, no. So I want to do a if GUI layout button, and we just put an X for the button, and then I want to say GUI layout of width of 20. I want to give it a hard-coded width. So if this button is pressed, we just want to go character, progressions, remove our stats, right? Remove this object. And then on the next redraw, it's going to get removed, and we'll actually see that right now. Okay, so we have all these. Now we have these big X buttons. If we click this, you can see that these instantly get deleted, right? And these instantly get added because on the next frame, it's going to redraw our new data set, which has this data in there. Okay, good on us. That's in the wrap horizontal. I now need to put a bunch of edit stuff in here to define what is in stats, because stats is a min level, max level, and stat games. So, okay. Let's do another wrap horizontal, which gives us, I want to put wrap horizontal essentially says for these For the controls in here that I'm wrapping, put them all on the same horizontal line. That's all that is, right? We want to then draw an int field for stats.min level is equal to min stats min level and default level width for now. So there's min level, and then let's do max level, min to max. Okay, let's check that out. Okay, so if we add a level now, we can adjust our max. You see these instantly update, right? So from 1 to 1, we'll probably always have this as a default. I might even create this as a default, so it's always there and maybe can never delete it, because this is the level 1 starting stats. Very important for us. So we might hard code that in here. Yeah, maybe I will. I think I will. I think we'll do that in a few minutes. So, okay, we now need a second line. Let's do another wrap horizontal. These helpers that we wrote a while back definitely make it easier to write these editors. Stats, brawn gain is equal to draw int field of brawn. Stats, brawn gain. So we have 4 stats. We have brawn gain, speed gain, luck, brawn speed smarts, speed smarts, luck. I might need to abbreviate those if I want to fit them all in the same line. Let's go see though. What's my thought on COM? As in Windows component orient? You mean Windows communication platform COM? Or are you talking something else? All right, so min level, max level, brawn, speed, smarts, luck. This is actually good. I want to apply that same thing we did for for draw text field. This sucker, I want to apply that to our int field as well. Just make sure I'm not doing anything crazy. We'll grab that, put that in there. Let's just be consistent here, right? Windows component object model, yeah, COM. I like COM. COM's fine. SpaghettiOs. It helps if we end our vertical. GUI, layouts, end vertical. That helps everybody. Otherwise, you get some weird stuff. I mean, it's not weird. That's another way of showing it, right? We could put this under here, but we're not. We're just keeping it simple. So min, brawn, speed, smarts, luck, and it's center aligned. Oh, it's so good. So we can add a whole bunch of these now. And if you see that if I add too many, we start getting a scroll bar, which is good. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I want to add a sort on this because I kind of want to sort progressions, the progressions between min and max. But I want to be careful, or do I care for careful? Maybe I don't care. All right, so let's do our defaults. So when we create a new stat progression, not when we create a new stat progression, my bad. When I create a new character data, yeah, so when we create a new character data, set up level 1 empty progression, stat progression, stat equals new stat progression, stat min level 1, stat max level of 1, and stat progressions, add stat. So that'll always give us a default. In our editor, I don't want to ever delete this progression. So on GUI, in draw stat group, all I'm just going to say is if stats min equals stats max equals 1. Actually, and then we just take the inverse of that. And of course I can't do this, right? I wish I could do it this way, but Visual Studio doesn't like it. Wait, hold on. If one, we'll just do this. And stats min level is equal to, so if our min level is the same as max level and min level is equal to 1, and then we just take the inverse of that whole thing, we know that it's not the default, we'll give you a delete button. I like it a lot. What the hell? Let's double check here. So now our level 1 progression can never be deleted. But now I can create our own level 1. Oh, I should also disable... Oh, I'm going to do a couple other things here. In draw stat groups. Yeah. In the editor. So... Yeah, this is okay. After we have edited, basically these are going to set the new min-max levels. I just want to say if var old min is equal to stats min level, var old max is equal to stats max level. I want to cache what they were before they got changed by someone typing in there. So I can say if stats min level is equal to 1, stats min level is equal to old min. If you try and set it, or actually we'll say if less than or equal to 1, right? If for whatever reason you try and set your min level less than or equal to 1, we won't let you make that edit. If stats max level less than or equal to 1 as well, same thing, stats max level is equal to old max. But essentially don't let the designer change min and max level to 0, 1, or some weird negative number. Okay, so that'll fix that. And in fact, I want to do a check that says if, same check here. And I can actually take this off. And then we'll have an else. So if it's not our default, go ahead and display that. If it is our default, I'm just going to display it as a label. Actually, I'm not going to display anything. We won't render this at all. Let's see what that looks like. Let's see what that looks like, everybody. Okay, so now in our level 1 to level 1, and we'll end up deleting this test character because he's in a bad state, because we shouldn't let this happen. We can see now there's no delete button for here, and I can't even adjust the level, right? There should only ever be one of these. We ended up creating 2 of them. That's fine. For this guy, oh, this is also bad. Oh, because it's showing 0, isn't it? So no problem here. What I want to do then, when we create a new stat progression, when we add a stat progression, var max level is equal to character stat progressions order by max level, get the last, or defaults, because there might not be any. If max level not equal to null, max level progression actually is what we should call this. Because by default we'll say int max level is equal to 2. If there is already a max level set, say max level is equal to max progression max level plus 1. And when we create our new progression, progression min level is equal to max level, min level is equal to progression of max level is equal to max level. So that'll give us good defaults. I'm going to end up deleting this, and we're just going to create a whole new test character now. Okay, so our new editor You got to cruise. All right, Gemini. Might be back later. It was great to get a look in creation. No problem, buddy. Come back anytime. Where did I learn to program? Kayaki 97. I just learned. I was in junior high, which was a really, really, really long time ago. I just started developing software. So yeah, so I mean, it was nothing special like probably everyone else out there, just jumped into it. So I have level 1 to 1, where we can set our brawn. We can't delete this, that's great. If I add, we'll get 2 to 2. And if I say this is a max 2 to 10, and then we add, we'll see that we'll get 11 to 11, add, right, we'll get 12 to 12. So this is pretty good from an editor standpoint, giving me good consistent data. If I try and change this to 1, it won't let me. If I try and change it to 0, it won't let me. If I try and change that to 1, it won't let me. I'm actually going to do another fix here on Max. Thanks for the follows out there, everybody. Chaotic, Warfare, Killa, Juan, thank you guys, you rock. We're going to have another little fix here, guys. Down here, that just says if stats max level, for whatever reason, is less than stats of min level, stats of max level is equal to stats min level. Never let max go below min. If we load this back up, wait for that a moment. So now if I try and change that to a 1, it won't let me go to 1, sorry, because that's protected, right? But so here, if I try and change this to a 2, you'll see that it'll stay there. If I try to change to a 1, it'll stay as well. So that's perfect. I'm just testing a couple things out. Okay, good. That's what I want to see. Where was my first programming gig? Oh, rad, my first programming gig, like to get paid to do it? To get paid to do it would be at the game studio I worked at for a while. Do I know any programming tools that work with Ubuntu? Lite for Missy. What kind of programming tools? I mean, there's a whole tool stack that works in Linux. Lite. What kind of tools and for what programming language? I mean, there's a huge stack of tools that work in Ubuntu. All right, next thing I want to do is sorting. I want to be able to sort these suckers, and I don't want it to go full screen. And we'll just do a sort on add, by the way, guys. Actually, not on add. I can't sort on add. That would not be bueno. C++. What kind of tool are you looking for? Like an IDE? Are you looking for a debugger? Are you just looking for a code editor? A C-Lion is pretty good. I'm a fan of that. Definitely, it's not free though. Like what kind of tools? Oh, Qt Creator. What? Static? You're not the one asking. You get out of here. All right, so I want to sort our character data. So let's go back up to our scripts, go to character data. Where do I want to do this sort? Because progressions is just a public list. And I do want to sort it, but I want to keep it sorted. And I think, give me what I'm looking for. Yeah, let's do it this way. So we will create a public list stat progression of sorted progressions. It's just gonna have a getter. What's Imfa? What's up, Imfa? Imfapo! How you doing, man? How's it been going? All right, so we're gonna have a getter of sorted progressions, and I just want to take progressions. This will be an. I'll convert it back to a list. That's fine. Var sorted is equal to progressions. Order by, The order by is gonna be interesting. Should I just order by min level? Because we already make sure we protect. No. I'm thinking here. Because what if we end up... Can I create this? I haven't compiled yet. All right, so what if we have a couple of these, right? Let's test the theory out here. So I have 2 to 10 now. I do levels 2 to 10. Well, that's covering the 3 and the 4, which is no good. Like, these are kind of invalid right now. I wonder if I should go through and bump these up to 11 and 12, because now these don't work, right? Because now these don't work. And also, not only do they not work, I can also say I want this to be levels 2 through 9. And this is still valid, right? It lets me do it, but we probably should not let that happen. Demon Danny. You started learning Java, and I love that I can understand. Oh, well, that's awesome, Danny. Yeah, Java, C#, very, very similar from a language token, and, well, also from a implementation standpoint. Very similar. You dropped a follow and tune in to better your skills. Demon, you rock, man. You come back. You hang out anytime. Thanks for the follow. You're new to coding. You have a C++ programming book ready to help you learn C++. Okay, so do you want to learn to code? Do you want to learn to write games? What do you want to learn to do? Like, what do you want to do? Oh my God, Gemini, you've returned. You've returned. I think we want to process this stuff, guys. I think I want to fix up our levels. So, to fix everything up, this is, I'm just trying to think through my head, what's the most efficient way, least amount of code way to make this work so I can capture gaps, or I can capture overlap. Okay. Okie dokie. So to do this, I'm gonna build this out as a for loop, not as a link query. I might be able to do this in link as well, but I'm not sure off the top of my head if I can do what I want to do. Because normally in link, you do an order by, right? We can do stat progressions, order by, but it's only going to let me order by a key selector. So I would say E, order by min, right? I can then do a then by, but that's only if 2 stat progressions have the same min value. I can then order by like max value, and that's kind of not what I want to do. I want to be able to detect gaps. SFML, yes, go for it. You did a Bing chemical material. Oh, you did your BE. Engineering in the UK, but you got a 3rd, which is lowest tier. I didn't like the degree and couldn't understand it. Now I'm doing what I love, which is programming and learning languages, so I can go for so. All right, right on, Demon. That's fine, man. That's good. So to understand it, you gotta break it. Yeah, you gotta break it. Since my degree grade is low, I don't know how the UK system works, Demon. Sorry, just for the moment, return null so that it compiles. All right, so we want to go through our stat progressions, which are not necessarily ordered. So this is actually, all right, this is what we really need to do. I'm going to order var ordered equals stat progressions ordered by. We will do an order by min level. All right, so we're going to start off by ordering by min level. Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right, let's do this. And then for each var progression in our ordered list. So we'll get the first min level, and we don't allow overlap. Or do we allow overlap right now? We do. We're going to fix that, though. And then I want to say int min level is equal to, should always be equal to 1. Right? I mean, I don't even need to go look up what the minimum level is. There will always be a 1 in there. Any idea what I should do since I can't get into in software dev stuff? So Demon, So I don't know how the UK market is. Do you need a software degree to work as a software developer in the UK? Okay, so I want to start looking for some gaps here, right? So int, call it current level, which will also set to, we'll set it to min level to start. I want to go and check our gaps here. So if p.min level is greater than current level, right, we found a gap basically from the last iteration, which means we'll have to do something, but essentially then current level is going to be equal to p.max level. Yeah, so found a gap, previous iteration, max level doesn't have a continuous progression. Helps if I know how to spell. So to fix that, we will then say p.min level is equal to, if min level is equal to, I want to set this to +1. So if this is, right, level 1 to 1, the next one should be 2. And if it's not, then I want to say p.min level is equal to current level. So that'll fix that situation. That'll fix that situation. Do I need to break out and start all over again? Can you post a link internal? Yeah. Go for it. There you go, buddy. So Demon, do you have the option? Maybe you can go get a new undergrad degree and just start all over and get an undergrad software or computer science degree and get a better grade. Is that a possibility? I mean, I don't know. The UK has to have some system in place, right, for people in your situation. I can't imagine that you're just screwed. No problem. No problem, Static. Okay, so if I find a bad iteration, should we basically restart, reorder, and redo everything? Since you don't have funding. Well, that's always tough, Demon. I can tell you that here in America, again, I don't know UK, here in America, a computer science degree or a software engineering degree is not a hard requirement for a lot of companies and a lot of industries to do software development. Oh, you can't get more financing after that. I see. Yeah, it's tough, man. You're in a tough situation. I don't know if I don't got an answer for you, buddy. So we found a gap. We fixed the gap. But should we just keep moving on? Maybe we'll just keep moving on because we are ordered by min level. It means there was a gap. And we set it. Yeah, let's see if we can just do this as a one-time through, not have to restart. So far, I don't think we need to. No problem, Static. Demon, I think you'll be fine. I think you're going to figure out a plan and you're going to be okay, buddy. No sad faces. No sad faces. All right, so that's a gap situation, right? All right, so that's fixed. If otherwise, what do we want to see? If this compared to the previous iteration. Is that all we care about? Oh, I also should check if p.max level is less than p.min level. P.max level is equal to level is equal to p.min level. That'll keep that in line. And then I'm just going to return order.toList. Let's see what this does. We could try this as a starting point. So if we go to our character editor, up here we have some code, which is our, not our add button, but our loop. And I just want to go stat in that. Now some people might be thinking, well, has a stat progression, which is a getter, which is a function, which has some custom logic that does some sorting and all that hoopla, and then you're just getting a count off of that, and then you're doing it again, right? And then every iteration, you're recalling that sorted function. Normally that might be true, but trust in the compiler. I don't know if I trust the mono compiler. The .NET compiler, at the very least, and when we build this, right, .NET's going to compile this, or Visual Studio compile this. This will actually get moved into a temporary variable, and we'll just iterate through that. So you're not going to call the function for this a whole bunch of times. It's going to get cached. Trust in your compiler. There should be evening computer courses here in the UK. I know it costs a lot of money, but it's worth checking up on an app. All right, Demon. Good luck out there, man. Okay. Did this get adjusted? If we reload this, we might need to debug through because we have 1 to 1, right? Then we have 2 to 10. We just check min level. We're sorting by min level. One of these should have been adjusted to level 11 or 10 as the min. So let's debug it. Sorted progression. Put a breakpoint there. Debug. Attach our profile. That's not the right profiler. Attach Unity. Okay, and there we go. So we have our strat progressions. 1 to 1, right? 2 to 10, 2 to 9. I should put a override of 2 strings so we can actually see them in the debugger a little easier. So now we should have this ordered. Let's step through and see what's going on. So min level is not greater, so we're fine. Now max level should be 2. Our next one, min level, is not greater, and the max level here is 10, so our next level should be 11. We now have if min level, we don't check the other way, right? We don't check if min level is within our gap. Am I doing this wrong? If min level, I should do this, I need to check this both ways. Else if p.min level is less than current level. If it's less than. So we just went from 1, we went 2 to 10. Yeah, if it's less than, do I just want to do the exact same thing? If that's the case, we can just have a combined if. Let's see. We can fix it. This should go away and come back. There we go, and it fixed itself. All right. All right, so we have 1 to 1, 2 to 10, level 11, level 12. If I tried converting this from 9 to 11, it actually won't let me even do that, right? It won't even let me do that because our code will detect that there's going to be a gap there. If I change this to 15 to 12, it won't let that do either because max, I believe, is in place here. But if I go 15, wow. Oh, holy cow. Let me fix a couple things here. Put that back to 16. Okay. So 11 to 15. If I change this to 30, instantly this now becomes 31 to 30. If I change this to 20, this instantly goes 21, but the max doesn't change. Oh man, I think we just fixed it, guys. I think this is all I really cared about doing. This won't even let me change here. This is good. This is good. So we can actually fix up our logic and just say here's this. I don't even need to do that, right? If p.min level not equal to current level, we found a gap, and the exact same logic works both ways. There we go. I knew this would be simple for us to do. Then, you know what? It was simple for us to do. So we have our ordered list. I wonder if I should reorder. Well, it won't matter because we'll just grab it again in the next game frame. So it should fix itself. Okay, so let's delete this. Let's start over again just to make sure. Create a character. So if we add a level, obviously we're going to go 2. We're going to get 3. So if I want this level from 2 to 50, instantly this changes. This is good. That goes to 100. Okay, if we add, oh, this is beautiful, guys. 25. Oh, something happened here. 51 to 100. Let me check something. Okay. I want this to be 25. Huh. This, we have our little bug here. See how that's constantly incrementing? Boop. And then, of course, it goes up. Why is that constantly incrementing? 129. It's because I'm trying to use 2, and that's 130, and it's getting stuck with that. So I need to do our order by. I'm actually going to do a then by e max level. So we did end up using this max level then by. So we'll now order by min level. If for some reason there are 2 entries that share the same min level, it will sort by max level. So the lower max level will pop up first in that list, and I think it'll fix our bug. And we're going to test it here right now. So now if I go here and I say 2, it did not fix our bug. I'm not happy. Not happy with you. What if we go 3? Hold on, this is a different bug. Oh, because now I'm saying I want to go min 3. I want to go min 3, and that would put it here, which has a max of 152. Right, so if I say min 3, which has a max of, it's going to fill in this new max gap. Okay, we can fix this. Because you're setting current level to max level plus 1. Yeah. Well, max level is 154, right? So it's because of the sort, and we're sorting before we tab out of here. So when I say, even if I put 10 in here, right, it goes to 157 because it goes to plus 1. I get that. Maybe I don't always want to do max level plus 1. Yeah. So that takes it to there, but what I really don't want to have happen is this shouldn't adjust. Even though this is adjusting, that's our problem, right? So if I type 2 here, that gets plus 1, but more importantly is that goes to 157 now. Because there's a gap that goes to 159. Why is this staying as 51? Oh, because this comes first to 159. This 2, that shouldn't happen at all. I think we might have to debug this. Because what should happen here is I should get 3 to 160. This min number should be getting adjusted. This min should go to 161. And then this should become 161 as well. But that's not what's happening. It's not what's happening. Okay. So we'll put a breakpoint here. I'm going to put a conditional. If p.min level, and we might have to debug this a couple different ways, is 3. Let's see what's going on. Let's attach the debugger. Yeah, I don't know why that's doing what it's doing, but I'm going to find out. All right, let's drop a 3 in there. And there is our update. So current level is 51. So we already went through Wait, that makes no sense. Is this on a... Are we on different threads when this is happening? Why is our ordered list? This is what I'm going to have to do. Sorry, guys. We're just going to detach. We're going to have to put some debug right lines in here. Debug, log, starting, sort, finished, sort. Thanks for the follow out there, by the way. Debug, log, p.min level plus p.max level. Let's see what happens in our default sort. Maybe I'm sorting wrong. You hate crunch time in software development? Everyone does, right? Are you set by auto, Gemini? Yeah. I mean, I could. It's a little hacky, though, but maybe. Maybe that's what we end up doing. But I kind of want to just fix this the right way one time through. Oh, God, I can't close this. Did I just lock up, let's see, debug, I'm not attached. Get rid of view just in case. Let's recompile. So we have a bunch of debug right lines, but this is, we're locked up. We're locked up. Okay, got rid of it, okay, phew. Let's clear. Okay, so we are doing a start sort, finish sort, right? Oh, finish sort, okay, so we have just two in here, that's fine. So 112 to 50, 51, 61, which is fine, and we actually can never really clear it because it's constantly writing, which I don't care. What's important to me is when I come down to here, and I just drop a 3 in here, what happens? What does the sort become? Okay. Where is 3 at? Oh, there it is, okay. So this is odd. There's our start sort, finish sort. So we don't get a new start sort. Three, so we didn't get a new start sort line. I guess because it's getting inserted. Is that kind of what's going on? Stack trace logging. Maybe. Okay. But there's our 3, right? And then we have a 51, and then 64 to 64. And then there's a 65 to... Where's this 165? Oh, is that way down here? Guys. I know, right, Gemini? Heart attack, so you're going to go... All right, later, Void. See you later, man. All right, so debugging all this data is kind of a pain in the ass. Kind of a pain in the booty. What is going down, though, is what I want to know. Oops. So it's not debugging, or it's not outputting the way I want it to, the way I was hoping it would. What are we doing? Okay, so we get the order, which is min level and max level. So if we look at what's going on here, let me recompile this so we get rid of those debug lines. And things will be a little smoother for us. Okay, I'm going to delete you because you're a pain in my butt. It won't even accept the 3. Like, the 3's not even valid. Oh, so when we write the 3 there, yeah, this should be instantly accepting it. Maybe I'm only going to do a debug line if we find a gap. At least then I won't be spewing out too much debug info. Because we should find this 3 after 2, right? We should 1 to 50, 2 to 50. We then should find... oh, I know what's going on. So we set... so when I say 3, it doesn't match the next one here, which is, it should be 51, right? Let me put some data here. Let's get some 2s in here. Let's get some 1s. Oh, man. I'm using the... That's funny. I'll fix that. Don't you worry. Now let me... that's what I thought's going on. It's not that the numbers are going wonky, guys. It's actually flipping these two objects, which is what it should do. So if let me get 171 in here, right? So this is 1, this is 2. If I was to change this to 3, it would instantly change this to a 51, and then it would go to 172, right? And then now this object would come next, and 51 is at a gap, so it would change this to 153, and then it would up this to 153. So then this 1 is going to pop here, and this 2 is going to pop up here, right? Let's see if that's exactly what just happens, right? When I tab out, it's 173 to 173. It's actually working how it's supposed to work, guys. It's actually working how it's supposed to work. So if that's 51 through 55, we'll drop this to 56 to 173. So if I go, and we'll do this just to 100, right? Keep it simple. If I drop this now back to a 3, that's exactly what's going on. 50, 51 to 55, 100. I just got to fix the last max number, I think. Yeah, Gemini. It's all making sense now, isn't it? So let's just do so as soon as I hit 5 here, this object's going to pop up here. But since we're still editing this field, the editor makes it look like this object hasn't moved. What should happen when I put a 5 here is this edit box should pop up here and it should say 5. Because that's the object we're editing, right? 5 to 100, and the other object got moved down here. Yeah, adding the numbers made it stick out more. So the question is there a way to change what has focus in the editor? So if I go character editor, let's take a look here. Draw stat group. I'm just curious. I know there is a way of just saying focus. Focus window if it's open. Oh, that's interesting. This dot focus. Which keyword focus is editor window. GUI layout. I might have to Google this. Layout is there a focus here? I'm gonna have to GUI edit this. Unity editor. Set focus to field. GUI focus control. GUI focus control, and you move keyboard focus to a named control. These they don't have names. These aren't even controlled. It's just like GUI layout. This is like the old, or this is the new GUI text field. All right, so that's. Oh, hold on. I think I found another one. There's a editor GUI focus text in control. Move keyboard focus to a named text field and begin editing it. Set next control name. I guess you can give controls names. Is that true? If I can, that's the label. Let's see if we can do that. So when I draw an int field, draw text field, draw int field. It's an int field. Maybe there's an override to give it a name. I can give it a label. I can give it the value options, style. That's the value style. This is the one we use. Maybe it's part of GUI layout options or something. Well, actually, they use GUI editor, not GUI layout. They use GUI. Editor GUI dot text. It's an int field. What's different here? I can give it a rec position and a value. They give it a rect and then just a value. Make the actual text fields. Set the internal name. Oh, you do set next control name. Got it. I got it now. I know how to do this, guys. I know how we're going to do it. Okay, so in draw int field, I'm going to add another override here, which is string name, which will be default. Not label, sorry. In the int field, if string is null or empty of name, that is the inverse. What you do is say set next control name. So editor, GUI, layout, set. Hopefully I can do it. Hopefully it works the same way. Editor GUI of set next control name. It's not here anymore. Editor GUI. Oh, sorry, it's just GUI. GUI set next control name to name. And this should be the next control, so it will get the name. This is a terrible GUI system. Can I just say that? So that will give us a name. I wonder if, and now the name is going to be. I want to make sure it's unique. I wonder if I should just generate like a GUID. Maybe we'll do that. Public string ID is equal to GUID new GUID toString. And this should not be, no, this has to get serialized. So if it's serialized, I need to do this differently. So public string ID. Set it in the constructor, and then we'll serialize it, and we'll always have it. Okay. So I have the GUID there, and we have our stats. When I draw a stat group and I'll fix all of these, but so for Braun, I want to use we use the default width, and then for name, will be stats.id plus an underscore plus Braun, right? Stat progression. I thought I gave this an ID, did I not? Where did I add that? Oh, I added it to the wrong place. Stat progression is where that needs to be. And that's fine. We'll just say, I'll put this in a constructor here. Makes the most sense. Public stat progression. Initialize our ID. Okay. Okay, so that's funny. Braun gain the whole thing here, even though this is correct. Braun speed. Smarts and luck. Braun speed, smarts, luck. Braun speed, smarts. All right, just make sure this builds. I'm setting up targets so that I can adjust the focus if need be. So that I can adjust focus if need be. So this should pop away. Now I can have different, right? Okay, good. 3, 4, 5, 4. We still have our problem of this swapping, which is fine. What I'm going to do, selected progression. How do I know which progression we have selected? Let's see. Unity editor get selected field. GUI. There's the GUI focus control. That's get name of, oh, there's a get name of focus control. For focusing text in a GUI editor text field, see editor GUI focus text in control. Okay, we'll get to you. There's get name of focus control. Gets the name of the name control that has focus. Control names are set up by using the name control as focus when we return its name. That's an empty string. Okay, so then on GUI, I'm just going to do a debug log at the moment of GUI get name of focus control. It's a function. Let's see if this works and gets back our names. Or not, right? And cleared this out. So there we go, right? There's the brawn. That's a different brawn, hopefully. Uh-oh. Let's see. Oh, I'm not selecting brawn. Helps if I select brawn, right? Brawn, there's a third brawn. If I select this one, it's now going to go speed, 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 and speed. So it's giving me all 4 unique ones, giving me the right field. Luck, luck. Okay, perfect. So it's telling me which one is selected. Don't need to log it anymore. Var selected field is that if string is null or empty, selected field var parts. Let's split on underscore, because that's how we combine it, right? Var ID is parts of 0. And then I will say if, not progression, but our selected progression is null, or selected progression ID not equal to this ID, equal to, oh, we got to look up the selected progression, which is our character, progressions, stat progressions, where equals ID first or default. All right. So this bit of logic will make sure we have the right selected progression at all times. I'm in the zone today, Rad. Yeah. But this is where I also want to do some, I want to do a little check here. If selected progression is not null, if that means we are switching the progression. If we are switching the progression, I want to check if right, so I'm just thinking this through in my head. Because that's our problem, right? The fields are swapping on us, and we're getting a new selected item. We actually want to follow the previous selected item, but only in the case, where that is the cause. Why else would this? Here, let's do this. Sorry. Before I do this, let's just do a debug log. Progression selection changed to ID. Let's see what happens here in our log. Yeah. Let's see what we got, guys. Okay, so clear all this out, right? Load this up. Right now we have nothing selected. As soon as you hit here, progression selected changed. It won't change anywhere while I'm clicking in here. If I click here, we have changed to a new item. We've changed back. If you came here, right, that's where 2 came here, right? Boom, that's now 2. Let's clear this again. Because what I want to try now is if I set this, as soon as I set this to 5, we should get a progression selection changed, right? Because 5 is going to move up here, which is what I had selected, and 51 is going to become 102 or 103 or whatever, and it's going to pop down here. That's essentially what should happen. So let's see. Oh man, nothing happened. That didn't work. That did not work. Why did that not work? Did we swap and swap back? Did it swap and swap back? Oh, because I wasn't selecting on the brawn. All right, let me do this again. Sorry. This might have just been me not selecting the right object, right? So we have selected this object. We have this object selected. If I come up here and I change this to a 5, I'm hoping that when I click back down here, it's going to be a different object. Yes, it is a different object. Okay. It's okay, Rad. It's okay. These are fixable times, buddy. These are fixable times. I need to give labels to min and max. Because right now they are not part of our progression labeling. So min max is not following this. So I just need to do this. And call this min. Call that max. Rebuild that. And we can test this again. Hi, how are you? Are you programming? Arcane Magic, we are programming like the Dickens. Okay, so now min and max will swap. I have this selected. All right, here's the test. If I select this to 5, instantly there's a swap, right? So instantly, that's where the swap happens. And we only care about this on the min field. So we could write some logic here. We can write some logic here in our character editor. If I can find that code. Okay. If selected prog is not null, check if the swap happened because min field changed. If parts 1 is min, actually just say if it's not null and parts 1, which was, this is what we have selected now, which will still be fine, okay. I have the old selected ID, right? Yes, this is the old selected. This is going to be the new selected. Let's grab this, var new selection. And then, okay, so we have old and we have new. But now at this point, the fields are changed. Do I need to cache? I might need to cache the value as well. So int cache is it's an int, so we'll cache it as an int. Selected min value, defaults it to 1. Okay, so now when we process through here, as soon as I change this, I think the selected min value needs to update. And here is equal to stats.min level. What are we programming? What is it supposed to do? We are working on our character editor in Unity right now, Arcane. We're working on the character editor for our 8-bit RPG. We're working on a little bit of logic to make sure that when I set level progressions for the editor, that the gaps, that there's no gaps there. And we're kind of fixing a little UI bug right now when the focus changes because we are reordering our elements because I'm keeping them sorted. And Unity is being a little stickler about a couple things. So, all right, so in min level, that's our selected min value. If there's a swap, if there is a swap and we were on the min level field when the swap happens, if the now, or if the old selected, which is going to be in the top, we're about to get a new selected. So if new selection dot min level is equal to selected min value, swapped field, we swapped order because of min field change. And this is where we then want to say editor GUI focus text in control. Move keyboard focus to a name text field and begin editing of the content. And the name is the old selected, right? We basically want to go back and reselect this of ID plus min back to the right field. Yeah, that's okay. So we'll refocus that. And then we'll also say, just so we don't have to modify the logic below it, that new selection will stay the same because we're going to focus it, darn it. Let's see what this does. I'm a little skeptical on everything working. Okay, so we're good so far. Let's clear everything out. Click on, whoa, I can't even click here. What? It won't let me focus this because, why won't it let me focus this? That's fine. We'll look at that in a moment. Let's see if this is resolved, right? So 105, I change this to a 5. It worked, guys. It worked, right? It worked. And now I realize that, rad, 1 cup of coffee all day is the biggest mistake ever. That just worked. And we're still in the editor here, and I can say 55 now to 105, and that's, 106. If I come in here and say, if I type a 3 in here, it's instantly going to drop it into this slot, but then it has to make it not have a gap, so 3 doesn't work. It has to become 51, so it will replace this number with 51, and watch this. This is a 2, 3, 4, 5. When I rename this to a 3, it's instantly going to swap up here. You can see this change to 2, 3, 4, 5, and now this field is going to have the focus. Boom! Has the focus. It's now 51 to 106, right? Now we go 107 to 107, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 1, 1, 1. If we do this again, and I type a number that's below 51, or below 50, any number below 50, this is going to drop here, and it's going to go to 107. This is going to drop down into this slot, and since 107 is the new number here, this is going to have to become a 108 to 108. And here we go. Boom, 108 to 108. Perfect. We're the champions. Oh my God, we're the champions. We have a bug, though. We have a bug where I can't select min level. If this is selected and I try and select this, it won't let me select it. If I select here to here, it won't let me select it. So I just need to go solve that little bug. Why is it not letting me? So if we clear the console and this is what's selected and I click here, we're saying that there's a selection change, which is true, right? Every time I click this, right, it's definitely a selection changed. We have a new selection. It's not null, and it's on min. If new selection min level is equal to selected min level, which should not be the case here. Oh, I wonder if I need to... wonder if I need to keep this updated with selected prog min level this way. Let's try this to see if that fixes it and doesn't break it at the same time. So select, still can't select you. Why can't I select you? So it's saying that essentially this is what we're hitting this logic here, right? If the new selection min level is equal to our selected min value, which it shouldn't be. It should be 108. Maybe I will, let's debug log that, right? Log old is equal to selected prog min value. New is equal to new selection min value. Let's just see what data we got here. Let's just see if we got some new data. So if I select here, right, old is 51, new is 2. Old is 2, new is 51. If I select you, old is 51 and new is 108. What? Okay, so it's not what I'm thinking, right? Old 51, new 58. They're not the same. Well, hold on. Let's log one more thing. Cached. Because that's what we actually check is the cached value. Nothing to do with new and old. It's just, let's get a little more data in here. All right, so now from here, old, new, cached 108. Old is 2. Oh, look at the cached is behind. Cached is never changing. That's our problem. Cached is not changing. Cached value is equal to stats min level. I don't know if we need that there. Well, no, I still need this here. But we should actually, drop this here. But this can't, oh, yeah, no, I can't do this. I should only do this if old min not equal to stats min level. Update this only if it changes, right? It's because it's the last item in our list, and that's what we said is the cached, and since it doesn't change, then yeah, that doesn't work. So cached 108, the cached is now, right, 2. Old is 2, new is 51. We can now select here. We can now jump around. Question is, though, did we still fix our bug? Have we still fixed our bug? Let's find out. Hit 5, and we did not fix our bug now. Because this changed. And so this old was 51. New is 109. And cached needed to be the same. Well, it needed to be 109, right? What's the logic I checked again? If the new selection is equal to our selected value, and the cached would have been 109. If, yeah, it would have been 109. Let's go back here. Let's try that again, just to make sure. Yeah, so old was 51. Why old? Yeah, because we were, yeah, all right. Old was 51. New is 110, and the cache value is 5. So this logic is messing me up. Do I actually need this logic? Let me comment this out. We might not need it in here, because since I moved it up into our GUI loop. Let's see now. Let's clear everything out. Okay, so, right, cache 2. So this logic still works, so that's good. Clear it all. Question is, if I change that to 5, old 51, new is 111, which is what our value... Let me log something here. Let's do a debug. If old min not equal to stats min level, debug log new min stats min level. I'm curious what the data coming out here is, because this should be the new, this should be 5. This should say 5. And then on the next GUI loop, it'll resort. That's what I want to see. Okay, so if I put 5 in here, right, there it is. New min is 5. And I think that's what I need to cache, as cache needs to be 5. So that old would be 51. New would be 112. Wait, that's not making any sense. How is this working at all? This was working, right? And the new selection min level is new. Needs to be 112. It would have to be the same. And then we would focus it back. We're losing because 5 never hits here at all, because we're already grabbing the stat progressions. Actually, this is not the sorted list, but have we already gone through the sorted list? No, that's the sorted progressions. So we haven't even got resorted yet, because this is what kicks off the sorted progression. So that's not making any sense to me. If I clear it all, if I put a value here, yeah, that's not making any sense at all. Progress changed, right? New min is 4. Our progress is changed. We get old. I'm not updating the cache, so that's fine. But new should still be 4. New should not be updated yet. Unless I'm doing something silly, which I'm not. I wonder if we're going through here and it's not selected yet or something. Let's see, debug log nothing selected. Let's see if that hits for some reason. Maybe there's a frame in between that's causing something weird here. Okay, so it says nothing selected. Let's clear that away. Aha. So, all right, so there's 2 entries on here, right? 2 entries. If I put a 5 in here, we get no new entries here. So we get new 5. Wow, this is mind-boggling, everybody. It's boggling of my mind. New selection. A new selection is from our list of stat progressions. We just want to find the same ID. It's our cached. This is what was cached. And our cached in here is now 113, which matches the cached value. Let me look at, there might be another way I can fix this. Let's see. Let's clear everything. Old and cached are the same. Old and cached are always the same here, right? Yeah, of course they are. But if I change that, if I change that, old and cached would all of a sudden not be the same, and then I can go back to the old one. Let's try that. So I want to put this back in. Let's put it back in, guys. I think I might have a solution here. If, where are we doing our check, right? If old, which is, that's old, is not equal to, wrong button, then we'll do our reselect here. Let me see what this does. Clear. Okay, so we can still select everything. right? Everything is selectable. Okay, good, clear. Go here, clear that. Okay, so if I change this, there we go. Now we're working. Now we're in business, everybody. This should become 117. Perfect. 2, 3, 4. All right, fixed it. We fixed it. It has been fixed. I'm gonna remove all my debug logs now. Wow, this was a bit of a pickler for us. This took a little while to implement. And I'm not even sure we're implementing it the most effective, efficient way, because it's freaky crazy. This is what happens when you don't understand fully a subsystem of an editor, right? Like, I don't fully understand Unity's editor system. There might be better ways to do this. Who knows? All I know is this is doing what I want it to do now. And if I delete this, yeah, perfect. Perfection. See, 3, 5, 3, put some stuff in there. 2. I can even get this to go. No, I can't, right? It won't. It will never do that. 2. Yeah, okay, good. Actually, if I do 1, this will. I can move this up. 1. Oh, why won't this move? Oh, because I already have level 1 to 1, right? That's we don't allow ones. If I put this to 3, it won't like it. But if I put this to 3, I'm sorry, 2 to 3. 2 to. Trying to think how I can turn this into a 3. I can't. Well, I can that way. Now 2 to 5. Okay, everything. I'm just testing out a few scenarios. 2. Yeah. 2. Okay, perfect. 2. Yeah. It's good. It's really good. It's perfect. Half the stuff I work on, Brad. You don't understand half the stuff? Well, at least you understand almost half the stuff then. I'll give you that. I will give you that. Let's make sure everything saves. Test, character, my first pony. It's our first pony, guys. And then we're gonna have to set up. I think, wow, that was a lot of, I'm gonna check this in, by the way. First cut of editors. I want to get this just committed so I have a point in time in case craziness happens again. Let's see, debug log. Debug log, no more. Recompile. Make sure everything here is going to go away. Clear. Okay, good. All right. How do you continue to understand the code base when you move to an administrator position, Rad? I don't know. It's an excellent question. Keep yourself close to the code base, even in a management role. Just because you're a manager doesn't mean you can't have access to the source code, even in a read-only state, to look at things. You know, just stay inquisitive. Stay inquisitive. And sometimes you just can't anymore. But that's not what they're paying you for, right? Just remember, if you're in a management role, you're not paid necessarily to fully understand the code base. All right, we got some more things we need to add to this. This was just our level progression. Granted, this was the most difficult aspect of this, I believe. But I want to get the ability list in here now. Hey, Andy, how you doing, man? I'm good. I'm good. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing excelente. All right, let's get some more items in here. Some of this I can just copy and paste from our other editors, like directly. For instance, the item editor. The item editor has a foldout for show abilities, which I'm going to copy. Go to our character editor here and drop it in. We have some functions on selectability and drawability that I want to go grab. But the first thing I want to do is set up private bool show abilities. equals true. Private vector 2, because this is also a pull-out. Ability position is equal to vector 2 dot 0. Let's see. So all of that. This is show abilities now. And this is ability position. This is character. Otherwise, everything else here is the same. I just need to go copy these two functions over from our item editor, which is draw ability. And on selectability. It was right above it. Okay, and then this is character. And that's character. Let's see what that does. You officially rocked the first section work today. Well, there you go, Red. Didn't throw out the editor did at all. Nice. All right, so now we have our levels here. We have another fold out which allows us to attach abilities to a character. For instance, this character has basic attack, and this character has sleep as possible options. And there we go. And then I need to give this a little bit more height. But ultimately, it's going to be very difficult to keep everything open at the same time. That's okay. I'm okay with that. I'm not too worried about that. We'll just, stuff will be collapsed, and maybe some of this by default will be collapsed. We won't keep everything open. Maybe by default, everything will be collapsed when you open it up. Maybe I'll make that change. But from here, I can open up, the ability editor for basic attack, for sleep. We'll start creating abilities. But now we can attach abilities to a character, so that's good. Those will save. I want to copy and paste what we just did and say show items and generate. Oh, I don't want to generate it. I'll do it in a different way. Items position. Okay. Show items true. I'm going to change all these to false in a moment. Private vector 2 items position equals equal to vector 2.0. These are all now going to be false, false, false by default. Okay. Show items, item position. So now this is for items. Starting items. Starting items var item. Draw item. And then on select item. Generate a new method. Base item. Generate a method for that. Okay. And these are starting items. Add item. So draw ability, we're going to copy and paste for draw item because it's pretty much the same code. Load. So item. This is the item editor. I like how I call that loadability. We're going to go create a function called load. So that's available. This is item.name. Starting items, remove item. Okay, and then on select goes here. Base item. Item. Starting items and item. We're so clever. All right, let's go to the item editor real quick. Let's rename you. Create new item. Load item. And then copy and paste most of this code into load. And then this just brings in a base item of item. Don't need you, just need this. We don't need any of that. This is a void now. Okay, so now there's the load function. I think that's everything. Let's just get this to compile. What exactly are we doing, Cooperino? We are building the editor for designing the characters in our game. Okay, so now when we pop open here, everything is not expanded by default, but now you can see abilities, right? We can see levels. We can shrink this up a little. And starting items doesn't show anything, because obviously I didn't do something the correct way, because that's what we're missing. Recompile that. Okay, give this a moment. Should pop back up. Okay, so now there's starting items. We can add items, and instead of showing abilities, we will show the items. So we're going to give him basic armor, and we're going to give him a silver sword as starting items. So the player can create characters. That's different. No, Cooperino. Well, unless it's only once. Players don't create the characters. Our designers create the characters, right? And then they store it in the game. And that's what you get to select from. But I need a way for our designers to create those characters and create those level progressions that we need for everything. But this is it. I'm actually going to remove. So here's a test character. He's my first pony. That's his description. He will start with basic armor and a silver sword. He will have a basic attack as an available ability. And since basic attack has no cost, has no learn cost, he will get it at level 1. I'm going to delete all of this for now. I'm just going to keep a basic set here. And these are going to be his level 1 starting statistics. And save that. And now I want to see if this will work. Actually, it should work, because if we go to character data, we should have, all of this should already be implemented. We just need the editor for it. So there's a load here by name. So we're going to load right the test character. It's going to find the right resource. We're going to set up the skeletal animation. Oh, that's what I got to put in here. That's what I need to get up in here. We got to get it up in there. Who is the designer? Right now it's me. Hopefully that's not true forever, but at the moment it is me. So I'm gonna, a couple things we gotta add. Otherwise we get our, we'll call level up on the battle components, and then we equip all the starting items. And in level up, we are gonna find our stat progression, and we're level 1 at start. So we'll find that level 1 stat progression, and then we'll add up all of our base stats. So that is beautiful. There's a couple things that we can rip off from our enemy editor for setting some of this data on GUI. This is what I want. Now I'll go back to our character editor. So there's our name field. Do I want to put it all on one line? It doesn't really fit on one line. Let's put it here for the moment. Character, actor data, pull in the namespaces we need. Character, actor data. Did I implement that method? I guess I did. That's fine. Go to enemy editor. Draw skin toolbar, which has draw skin drop down, and set skin, which is draw. Okay, so I want to make sure I grab this whole region then. Boop. Okay. Okay, there's probably a few other errors I gotta fix up here. For this skin drawing, not a big deal. Yeah. Yeah. We are almost, actually we're there. Okay, so what does this look like? So this would be our spine. So I think I can get it over here. If we go to our hero, what do I want to drop? I want to drop our spine on here, right? Which is our skeleton data. And then we have a default skin. Yeah, I guess this will work. So that's important data for us to set, and then we can expand our name field, or maybe, no, we'll keep skin in here, because we'll probably share the same skeletal data and just have different skins, make it easy on ourselves. But for now, that should set the data structure correctly so that I can load this. So if we go back to character data, am I calling this anywhere right now? We have no references to it. That's okay. We have our system in place. So our character creator, is this where sets our data? We load battles and our data transfer. This is where we normally create our hero right now. I'm going to change it up though. That's the battle mats. That's our prefab. So instead, we can say var hero object is equal to character data load. I should make this a static method so we can actually use it. Okay, so load of a string. That will give us the actual hero. So this is actually var hero. Hold on one second. New hero. Do I need this data anymore? We don't. We don't, because everything will get set for us. So this... we do want to add the actor to it. So I want that. Let's grab you. That should be all I... let's get this in the right place. And this should refactor us appropriately, and we'll continue to do that. And this is going to be going away soon. This will be definitely going away. Yes. Yes, sirree. Okay. Got the battle mat, got the hero. We're going to call this guy by what he should be, which is test character. See if it all compiles. It does not. Well, let's go fix you object. It's required for the non-starting items. Oh. It's a good thing that I turned that into static. Otherwise, we'd be in some trouble there. But now we can debug this and make sure this works. And then we can refactor our character creation screen to not this is completely going away, right? This is gone. Instead, we'll let you build your party at the beginning of the game, like select 3 from 10 or whatever it is, and go from there. You just compiled your first C++ program using the GNU compiler. The GNU compiler, awesome. Better at, there's nothing more professional than that compiler, like Misa. Half of the computing world, half of software, maybe more than half of software, is actually compiled with that compiler. All right, Rab, make me something good for dinner as well. Oh no, all right, so we're attached. Let's start this up and see where we're at. Everyone out there in TV land, please cross your fingers. Please help me out here. All right, we found our character data. Let's instantiate our base hero object. Yeah. We want to set our data asset from our character data, initialize it. We have our battle components. Battle component, we store the character data, because we need that for the abilities. Those are our abilities. Reset stats, correct. I'm not, oh, I did set name, right? Test character, good. Let's make sure we can level up. We're gonna find our progression. We found the progression, level 1, okay, good. Setting all our base stats. We're gonna have starting items. Slot, this is our armor slot. Unequip, which won't do anything because it's not there. Okay, good. Okay, good. Check that. So far, everything is going exactly as planned. Okay. There's our hero object. Correct. Let's get our breakpoint out of here. Let's see if everything is okay. Uh-oh. We have a bug. We do have a bug because we're trying to execute 234. Who's trying to execute that? Maybe I should check something else. When do I... Thanks for the follow out there, by the way. I do appreciate that. In battle component, we call... Is that in the constructor? Load free abilities. When does this get called? This is in start, and if it's a hero... I probably should set that flag. That flag is not getting set. Thinking where I should... I think I'll do that in character data. Debug... detach. So back in character data, when we're initializing, battle component is hero, battle component is hero is true. These dudes are heroes. Heroes like we wish we could get. Yes, light. Yeah, GCC, G++, GNU compiler. It's good stuff. You did your first game jam last weekend. You did the global game jam. Managed to finish our game. That is a huge accomplishment, Backer Orange, right? I mean, game jams can be fun. Finishing it, though, is huge. Awesome. Just because it was me and another programmer, and neither of us had used Unity before. Uh-oh. Well, guess you jump in a game jam into the terminal to open the compiler. Yeah. All right. So let's test out this change I just did. Let's see if that was our bug. There we go. So there's test character on the screen. We should probably make this bigger, right? There is test character on the screen. Everything is good. We have... Why do we have the sleep ability? We have this... Oh, this isn't good. We're not updating our inventory. Like, this is all bad. Hold on. Add to bag. This should go away now. Sorry, guys. Add to bag. See if I have something else in a weird place. Okay, that's good. We are not refreshing the inventory, though. But our sword, we gave test character has a starting item of a silver sword. If we open up the silver sword actually has no abilities. Why do I... Let me check something. Manually? No. Maybe test armor. Actually, I think that's what it is. Hold on. So, starting items, basic armor. There it is, right? Basic armor gives the wearer the sleep ability. So, if you wear this armor, you get the sleep ability. So, that's where sleep's coming from. So, that's fine. That's okay. But what I want to see is our items up here. That's what I want to. That's what I want to see. Why am I not showing? We're not refreshing. Oh, we have an exception here. Ew, why is that? Oh, on drop release, right? Yeah, okay. That's not what our exceptions are about. That's because I'm trying to drag this, right? Boop. So, let's see, close. Oh, I guess I unequipped this item somehow. Am I able to re-equip it? Because now I don't have sleep anymore. Make sure everything else working. He should instantly die. We're doing so much damage to him. And that's a new combat. All right, so let's go fix. Oh, there's our sword. Right, there's the... Why do we have a gold sword, though? Did I give him a gold sword? I gave him a silver... Oh, we got a gold sword from that combat. In our combat, we won. Loot table selected a gold sword. So we got a gold sword out of that. But I need to see why our weapons aren't here. So we're definitely filling in the weapon slot, the armor slot. I just don't think we're refreshing them in the UI. In our bag grid, we have a refresh bag. We go through each grid item and we refresh the bag. We're not refreshing the other slots. So when we show inventory, we refresh the bag. What is that part of? Let's load this. So I just have to do the same thing. I'm just not refreshing all of our slots is all. In the hero panel, inventory panel, there's the equipment panel, which has an equip UI. That's what we need, a refresh on equip UI. There's our equip UI, right? So there is a refresh item on here. We're just not calling it like we do for the bag slots. You know, there's a refresh item, equip UI, right? Bag grid. There's a refresh bag. We call that, which just calls refresh item. Equip UI. This should do the same thing. Yeah, that's all that's happening. We're not calling this refresh, right? No references to it. Okay, let's go fix that. But it was fun trying to figure out what Unity was doing. That's cool, Bacca. Bacca Orange. You love working with Unity so far? Just started a multiplayer project and God, it's a whole new level of mind-boggling nice. Wrote probably the worst code I've written in a while. That's what game jams are all about, man. It's not about writing good code. It's about writing the worst code you could possibly think of. No, that's cool, dude. That's cool. That sounds like you had a lot of fun. All right, so to make this work in our game manager, we have a bag grid here. I need to add the inventory panel as an object. So if we go to our game manager, which I will remember where it's at, which is just right below what I had. We need to add a public equipment UI, equip UI. That'll bind. We'll bind it. But then in here, when we show inventory, if not null, refresh items. Do the same thing. And then this should redraw in a moment here and give us a new field. There it is. There's the equip UI, which is not set. That's what I want it to be, just double checking. So take this, drop it on there. There's our equipment panel, save it, and now we can unload, and we can try that again. My code is always bad, game jam or not. Yeah, I'm with you on that. So now we still don't show anything, but we do have this, which is in our equip slot UI. What is this? In equipment slot UI, so equip slot set item. I guess we'll set a breakpoint here, because drag item is null, is what this is saying. Okay, that was once. See if we close and reopen. Now it's there. So it's just the first time, which I don't like. I guess because it's not initialized yet. Let's stop that. Let me see if this duplicates. Which obviously is no good. We got to go fix that, right? So the first time we pop up, I guess the elements aren't here, but now they are there. So if we run this again, they're here. So do we just have to wait for the elements to not be null in the update? Game manager. Is this in a show inventory? Do I run this in a coroutine and we just wait? And we could just wait and wait and wait, maybe. Let's see what happens. Private void refresh equip co. Is not equal to null. This is going to be a yield return because I'm going to go change that. Start co-routine of refresh co. This should return an I enumerator. All right, so if we go to here now, this should be an I enumerator. So that's a coroutine. And this should be a yield return. These are going to become coroutines. Hopefully, hold on, let me check something. How many places do I call set item? There's 2 references, which is all in the same place. Okay. I enumerator. So while drag item is null, yield return null. And let's see if that gets us past that or if we're constantly in, because I think we're calling this basically before start happens, is my guess. So we just want to wait for start to happen. Yeah, let's see. Cross our fingers, guys. What am I doing for art and sound? I will hire a artist, and if we need sound effects that I don't already have, we'll do the same thing for sound engineer. Inventory, there we go. Bug fixed, right? So first time we open up, we will enter a coroutine, and we'll basically, every game frame, we'll just wait until the startup, and then we'll finish this stuff up, right? But here's our silver sword. There's our basic armor now. Excellent. So let's put this guy to sleep. We gotta fix the animation on that. We're gonna put him to sleep though, and then you, while you're sleeping, we're gonna kill you. So this project is serious. Coperino, I think it's becoming serious, man. I think so. And all right, so we got a new combat. We won loot table. We got ourselves a golden sword, which is better than what we're using by a huge margin. Holy cow, the stats on this, what was I thinking? So this gives me plus 50 initiative, plus 45 brawn, plus 50 speed. That's insanity. Wow. Our damage is insane now. I like how our defense is still at 2. Oh, it's because we don't have any armor on. Defense comes purely from armor. We have a high dodge. So now we're just going to kill you even more. And that's that combat. New combat. We got a loot table. Ooh, we got another silver sword. We don't have many items in our game, guys, by the way. So just FYI, we don't have a lot of items in the game. But we got a new silver sword. We can't actually attack her yet because she's in the back and there are people in the front. So a melee attack, because we have a sword attached, not like a bow or something. Basic attack doesn't work, but we could put her to sleep. Instead, we'll just kill these 2 guys. What will the game be about? It'll be about slaying of the enemies, Coperino. Oh, so we actually haven't gotten that far yet on what I want the game to ultimately be story-wise, flow-wise, scene-wise. We've been working on kind of the basic groundwork for the game system. And then we'll start figuring out what we want to do. Like, I haven't decided if I want to do a world map, if I want to do like Final Fantasy style maps where you can run around on a tile map and explore and find combat there and have areas, right, where we have encounters. I don't know what I want to do with that side of the game, or if I want to keep this kind of cheesy and keep it very combat and tactical focused. We'll figure all of that out. It's coming. All right, new combat. What did we get? We got some basic armor. Wow. Wow, hold on. So we got second set of basic armor. This is good. So it's 2D set. Yeah, 2D set in stone. This will definitely be a 2D 8-bit style game. Yes, sirree. Oh my god, he just falls over dead. These weapons are amazing. But good news. Oh, we didn't get an item. What? Goddamn loot table. No drop chance. It's like a 10% chance that no item drops from this loot table. And of course, that's what we hit on that last combat. Of course, that's what would happen. Oh, we got it twice in a row. No, hold on. No, we got a sword that time. Yeah, we got a sword. We got a sword. Be trying to give me no freaking loot. This is my game, damn it. But yeah, all right. So good. Muy bueno. Muy bueno. I'm trying to think, what else do we need? What else do I need from the character editor? I don't know if I need anything else from the character editor. So here's what's cool about the character editor. Let's change our spine actor. Let's just change our spine actor. So now we are going to be a little goblin girl. We're going to save that. And if we play now, since we're using the same hero character type and we play, we're now a goblin girl ourselves. Yes, that's right. Very, very cool. Very good. Very good. Very good. Probably should create an attack animation for this test spine, right? Having it just fade out as the attack, which is basically the death animation, kind of cheesy, but that's okay. System is working as intended. I'm just going to amend this to our previous commit because it's fine. Are the assets you're now using free Unity ones? No, they're not Unity assets. A lot of the assets I'm using are from the Spine system, right? So Spine 2D is a skeletal animation package. It's standalone software, and a lot of the assets we're using right now are from that. I think it's time for us to redo our character creation or our game, like new game system. And I wonder if it's time that we also start thinking about save games. Because I have our character system in place, right? We have encounters and enemies and items and loot tables and abilities. We have all of our editors. I can't think of any other editors that I need right now. These are it. These are it for editors, guys. I think we're past the editor stage, as crazy as that sounds. I think what I want to do next is work on game flow, right? Our scene flow. As in, this is going to go away. Boop. Character creation's gone. Instead, when you create a new game, you'll create your party, your starting party. You can find more heroes along your adventure, right? That's part of the fun. But we will we'll get some starting heroes that you can choose from to form your basic party. And actually, to test that out, because we haven't tested that in a while, I know what we can do if we go to our character creation system, data transfer, create a new hero. Let's create 2 heroes. So this is going to create 2 test characters, and that will be 2 characters on our side, and everything should work as expected. Let's find out. Okay, there we go. So there's our 2 heroes in our party. We get to go. You're going to basic attack you. He's going to die. And now this person should get a turn, and there we go. All right. So it's been a while since we tested multi heroes in our party. Good to make sure that's still working properly. So sorry, Huma. can change during the development stage. Yep, was a racing game called Race and Chase. Is that true? Where a small glitch caused the police to chase you and ram you off the wall. The game says rebuilt the game around the glitch. Wow, I didn't know that. Happy coding accidents? Yeah, that could be fun. Happy coding accidents are always a good thing. So good. So now we can. So we need a party creation process. But then I also want to start working on saving our game. And FYI, we're hardcore mode. If your party dies, there is no reloading from the previous save and continuing your playthrough. If you die, you're done, man. That's it. Death is death. Start all over. Be far. Oh, right. Yeah. So we need to do that. We need to start working on saved games, reloading your game. Obviously, you have saved games. You want to load your game from your save. And it's not that you could save different states. It's once you start a game, we will save your state after every combat. Yeah, maybe that's what we'll save. At the end of combat, we'll just save states. Now, I don't know how to save games in Unity, so I'm going to have to do a little research on that. I'm assuming it should not be difficult, because what is a game engine without how to save and load game data right into a save file? So I'm going to look up that. Yeah, so that's the next order of business for us, guys. Let's get our start screens in here. We can choose new game, load game, that type of stuff. Let's get a new game screen in where you can form your party instead of this stupid character creation screen. Let's start saving games and loading games, and if you die, deleting the games and get all that. And then maybe we'll also get some basic screens in place for post-combat. So after we finish combat, instead of immediately starting the next combat and just putting your inventory in your bag, we want to show a screen, right, of how combat went. You won. Here's the items you found. Here's how much experience you gained. Do leveling up in there and all that stuff. Notch botched the coding for a pig and created what is now known as a creeper. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Oh, wow. We actually didn't kill. She has too many hit points. What the heck was that? She didn't die in one hit? And so it's right. Instead of starting a random new system here, we want to fix that. We want to fix that. So that's what's next on the list. What changes this? Character data transfer. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Using to test heroes. That's what's next on our list, guys. However, we are going to be calling it for the evening. We're kind of at our time, so I hope you guys had some fun. I will be back again Saturday morning like normal, so come check out our normal Saturday morning stream. I think it's going to be a good Saturday morning where we're working on game data. So if you've never worked with saving and loading, doing saved games essentially in Unity or just in general, it's like how do you save a game? How do you store the game state? How do you reload the game state so that the game is in the same place just from a data file? Come on back Saturday. We're going to be doing that. It should be fun. I think people don't get that far, so a lot of people start doing game development, but then they get hung up and it's like, all right, how do I now take this game? How do I save it? And how do I reload it if I want to come back and play it again? Sometimes that can be difficult. Every game is a little different on what you got to save and how you regenerate. So we'll see what we go. Our game, I think, will be pretty simple to save the state and reload the state. So until then, guys, I hope you guys had fun. I will be back Saturday morning. So until next time.